When I first started this channel years ago, I sort of just made little things that I wanted to make. I didn't worry about if other people liked them. Whenever I finish a project, I've got these weird leftover bits that I've been keeping, and I've got a bin of them over here with just tons and tons of these little remnants that I don't feel like I should throw away. So if you remember this, I made a paper towel holder for the shop, and this was one of the little bits. What's funny is I actually made something similar to this years ago when I first got started in epoxy. It was a bottle stopper made from blue shop towel and epoxy. I went to an event in 2015 that Steve Ramsey had put on. And they were asking for us to bring things to give away. And so I brought 3 of my bottle stoppers to give away. That one, the one that I made out of crayons, and another one I don't remember. And what's funny is the guy that won it had never heard of me, and he looked like he didn't really want it. And so I'm pretty sure that blue bottle stopper is somewhere in the landfill. So while this is the second one that I'm going to be making, it might still be the only one that exists. Yeah, it's just funny because I remember giving it to him and he was like, thanks. And he's like, who are you and what is this? And he was there for the woodworkers, not for some weird guy who had a bunch of epoxy projects. I mean, 2015, I was just starting to come into my own at that point. And we're just going to take a couple passes and make a nice flat top here. Man, I am so out of practice. That is crazy. You gotta keep it up, man. You gotta keep using these skills or you lose them. Alright, so now it's oriented the way I want it to be, and its top is flat. So now we can put it back in here and move on with the normal process. Yeah, okay, much better. Right. Next step. Who remembers the next step? So this is my bottle stopper mandrel, and what I want ultimately to do is to get that thread on this end here. So we got to drill a hole, 11/32, which means this is probably 3/8. Put that. All right, now we hit our depth, and that's all we need you for. Turn that off. And put the bit away. Don't need this anymore. This now goes here. If we've done everything properly, which those of you who have been here long enough will be surprised if we have. So I like to bring the tailstock up because I'm a mediocre turner, and it's just the way it is. So this side here, I'm going to be going down a bit. This collar is the width for the fitting. So that's quite a bit of material that needs to disappear on this side, so I can keep going down here, which means that honestly this is actually still pretty large too. So there's still quite a lot of material that can go down. What I don't want to do is I don't want to get a catch that makes this gap worse. So I'm just going to keep slowly nibbling away at this. We've almost got the makings of a mushroom. If I bring this in tight here, we can get kind of a mushroomy look. I wonder how that would look. That is a cute little shape. I'm liking that. And that kind of works with these deformities that we have here, these gaps. Let me pull this off and see what your little top looks like. One, two, three edges. I'm going to put a chamfer on each one of them. There we go. It instantly softens the edges. It makes it look less threatening. It's now a cute, adorable little broken mushroom instead of an angry, edgy broken mushroom. Okay, so next step is sandpaper, which means I get to take this off my head and put that up here. Oh. I got through turning without any horrible issues. I'm one of those weird people that actually like sanding. Let's get to it. Oh, what did I say? 150, 180, 240, 320, 400, 600, and 800. The higher grit you go, the smaller your scratches get, and the harder it is to see them and feel them. Right? Does that make sense? It's not rocket science. I think I'm going to switch over to wet sanding for the last three grits. For 400, 600, 800, I think we'll do some wet sanding. That'll reduce the amount of dust that I'm generating. It'll also give us a little idea of what this might look like once it's finished being polished. And it'll reduce the heat, which tends to give us a better surface. So, oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Just dip that in there. Now we're going to move over to our, do I even still have it? Okay, it's been a long time. Move over to our micro mesh. I cannot recall the last time I used this, probably for the cutoff that this is from, which was the paper towel holder. These are very dry. They have not been out of this container for a while. And these are my micro mesh set. Micromesh is a set of polishing pads that I use. They're their own system. They're 9 pads. They start at 1,500. They go through to 12,000. You basically just work your way through the grits one at a time and you'll get a nice smooth finish. And here is 12,000, which is my fuchsia pad. I usually spend a little more time on this one. Oh, I think it's going to be really cool. See all those white, all that white, which is really cool looking. That's all resin dust from turning and from sanding. So there we go. What do we think of that? I think it came out pretty cool. It's definitely a cute little mushroom. It's got a nice polish on it. If you look into it, you can see the folds of the blue shop towels. And it's definitely got some of the white specks still from the dust. It blew out a lot, but there's still quite a bit in there that's hard to get out. But I think it works for it. It adds something to it. Kind of makes it look like a galaxy. It's the cutoff from this project here, which is the blue paper towel holder. Paper towel holder out of shop towels. I like the shape. I think it's a cute little mushroom. And I also like how simple it was. This was a turning from start to finish that probably took me an hour and a half, from turning to sanding to polishing. And then you add a little extra time in there for taking the filming and whatnot. But was this enjoyable? Did you like watching this? If you guys noticed, we've got some new merch. If you like this idea of doing a leftover and you want to see more leftover videos, let me know down in the comments. I've got a lot of these little bits left over. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.